Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Poison Storm. That's right, this deck just won the Pauper Challenge, taking first place completely undefeated. Now, maybe they got into good matchups, I'm not sure, but you know, this deck, we gotta celebrate. We gotta take it into the leagues and pop off a video trying to replicate that success. So the way this deck works is you play Prologue to Phyresis or Infectious Inquiry and you infect your opponent. That gives them a poison counter. Now from there, we only have 5 spells that deal poison in the deck. We're going to use Contentious Plan, Experimental Augury, Steady Progress, and Vivisurgent's Insight to proliferate onto our opponent, giving them more and more counters. We also use the proliferation, making our Pentad Prism and Everflowing Chalice grow, giving us more mana. Essentially, Pentad Prism is a cost reducer in our deck, because if we cast something like Contentious Plan using a pip from the Pentad Prism, it gives us that pip right back, making the Contentious Plan cost just blue, or, you know, some generic mana. With 2 Pentads in play, Contentious and Augury both cost 0. Very, very good. And the mana base is 12 Depletion Lands, the 3 colors that we play, and 4 islands, with 4 Lotus Petals. This is pretty important because we're splashing for Breath Weapon in the main and 2 in the sideboard. We also have 2 Snaps, which synergize decently with the bounce lands with Sappers and Scary Peatbog and Woodlot. They're not bounce lands, the depletion lands, to untap them and get a bit of a mana advantage. It's also pretty good versus the Brute Scale deck. Now, Deep Analysis here is quite good versus Refurbished Familiar and also opposing counterspell decks, and this deck really wants to pair into people playing mid-range. If you're on Jund Wildfires, if you're on some junk deck, then we are going to go straight through you and destroy you. Hopefully we're also prepared versus Burn with the Weather the Storms and the Breath Weapon in the main deck. In the sideboard, 3 Moments Peace, mostly coming in versus Gruul at the moment, but it's really, really good versus them because they don't seem to be playing Flaring Pain. We have 4 Bring the Ending and some number of negates. These are all pretty good. Bring the Ending, pretty good versus the Brood Scale deck. If we can get the poison on them, Bring the Ending can counter the enchantment or the creature. Breath Weapon can kill the Brood Scale. Negate is interesting. This is from skipchino's list, so the negate can be good versus potentially the things like Bogles or actually the enchantment itself. And Dispel is very, very good against the Mono Blue Terror deck. Also very, very good against Pyroblast decks. Bring the Ending. I also want to point out that it counters the spell, whereas Negate counters non-creature spell, and this counters instance. Bring the Ending counters any spell. So this can be good against the Fairies deck. So we have Bring the Ending and Breath Weapon to bring in versus the Fairies. That is the deck tech. I've put out tons of sideboard guides and tons of videos on this deck, so you can see all the videos on the channel and the sideboard guides at patreon.com/kalikaiz. I'll be putting out a new one shortly. Make sure to check out the YouTube membership if you want early access to videos. Hit up cardmarket.com, largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe, if you want to pick up these cards and you're out in Europe. And then like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about this deck and the video and its gameplay. Magic Online is very, very, very laggy right now, so we're going to see how this deck plays into that. Hopefully I don't time out. And we'll see you in the matches. Before we get into the matches, make sure you check out the inaugural Upstate New York Pauper Open. If you're in the United States, in the Northeast United States, or you feel like flying in, we've already got 25 people signed up. There's a 64-player cap, and at 64 players, we're looking to see over $1,500 in cash prizes. There's complimentary refreshments like water, coffee. There's also food, alcohol, soft drinks available for purchase because it's happening at the K2 Brothers Brewing Company just outside of Rochester, New York. A well-respected brewing company. Hopefully it'll be super awesome. And we will hopefully see you there. If not, we'll see you in the matches. We're here in match 1 versus Supremo Guy. Let's see what they're up to. So we have a decent start. I'm going to keep this. We can play the Woodlot turn 1. Chalice plus Scary turn 2, and then we can Steady Progress turn 3, which I had to pause there for a cough. Fighting off a cold right now. So, okay, some sort of white deck is good, but the Steady Progress can increase the Chalice and increase all the other lands. All right, Chalice in play, pass the turn. We probably want to play the Peatbog, get all the colors online, and then from there just Keep moving. So I'm not... Okay, it looks like mono white. That's good. Probably. Boros. So this person is known to play Boros Bully. Looks like that's what they're up to today. It's nice not to have to play against anti-burn decks while I'm trying to play a burn deck. Play the Peat Bog out, and then progress, proliferate, and done. Alright, so we drew a land. Not ideal. Our opponent plays a Squadron Hawk. Then they have a plains that they can play. We're just looking for any of our 5-drops, or the Deep Analysis would also be good. If we hit the Vivisurgeon's Insight, that'd be good. Lots of good draws. Get in for 2. Okay, we find Experimental Augury. So let's start by playing the Augury. We find the Infectious Inquiry. Proliferate. Then I will play the Infectious Inquiry using the green mana in case I draw into some proliferation. I did not. Play the Sappers and Scary. I'll pass the turn. And now we're at 15 life, so we really need another big draw spell so that we can like draw into the Weather the Storm or the Breath Weapon. Opponent's at 1 poison. They're going to get in. This is a deck that would probably play Flaring Pain in the sideboard. Plays a Plains and another Squadron Hawk. So if they have the Rally of the Peasants, this will kill us right now. Okay, we found the Insight. Let's play Vivisurgeon's Insight. Floating a black. Draw 3. Go to 2 poison. Play this land. I'm trying to maximize. I can draw 3 cards for 5 mana, or draw 3 cards for 6 mana. I think I start with the Lorien. Okay. So we found a Pentad. Play the Lotus Petal. We will try a Progress. 3. Did we get there? On Vivisurgeon's Insight. So now we have to just pass, unfortunately. If they have the Pump Spell, we're dead. 3, 4, 5. If they don't have the Pump Spell, we probably live. Get rid of the Woodlot. I'm holding the Petal in hand just for a storm count. And we'll see if they have it. And they have it. Okay. Supremo guy reigns Supremo once more. Oh, man. Pretty far away from finding any number of those spells I needed. Breath Weapon. Snap doesn't need to be in the deck, probably. Bring in extra breath weapons. Our opponent could bring in Pyroblast, but we just keep wiping their board. It's fine. I don't really want to bring in the Moment's Peace because of the Flaring Pain potential. Okay, we're on the play. Let's see if we can open up lands and spells. This is a pretty good hand because we can go Peat Bog, Petal, Prism, Augury. Our opponent mulligans to 5. We do have to pay attention to the fact that they could have things like Cast into the Fire and Dust to Dust. Peat Bog, go. We're looking to be able to cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight soon. They lead on a Plains and a Lunarch Veteran. Double Prism. Okay, I guess we're just going double Prism here. Petal, Petal. Play the Pentad. Now this is kind of where the Lotus Petal shines in the deck. Play a Pentad again. Then we are going to Augury, looking for a land or another Proliferate cantrip. So we found Contentious Plan. Take it. Proliferate. And then we'll play the Contentious Plan because we need to draw land. Found the Lorien Revealed. I'll cycle the island. Pass the turn. Nervous that I won't be able to play this Insight. Opponent plays Thraben Inspector. So we could just burn this Pentad Prism and draw 3 cards. We find a red source here with the Lorehold Campus. We find another Lorien Revealed. I think I'm going to just cycle the Lorien, then pass. Opponent's getting in for 2. Do I think they have a Pyroblast here? Uh-oh. Faithless Looting. Interestingly, they draw right now with the clue on their turn. What does that mean? They just feel like tapping out? Play the Woodlot. I'll draw 3. Okay, that's good. Let's pass. I have Breath Weapon now. Our opponent's going to attack for 2 again. Plays another Veteran. Nothing else. Play this Scary. Play this Chalice. And then attempt, let's just play the Deep Analysis from the graveyard. Finding a Contentious Plan. They were F6 there, I think. Play contentious plan? Okay, they are fully F6'd. Okay, I'll pass the turn. Maybe they're F6ing heavily because of the lag. Our opponent's swinging out. We can't breath weapon them with 3 mana open because they could just prismatic strands in response. Okay, it's gonna be my turn now. Play the scary. I will attempt a deep analysis from the graveyard. Opponent goes Pyroblast. Let's play the Viviscer's Insight now. Okay. Still haven't really gotten anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna contentious plan. See if I can draw into the poison spell. Because we need to draw that. Man. Go progress. Guess I'm passing. I don't like where I am now. We've drawn a ton of lands. Really needed those Lorien reveals in the deck. Opponent getting in. They go for it. We have the breath weapon. So this will set them back 2 turns because they have to rebuild their board. Okay. At least that's good. And they conceded to it? Wow. Okay. I'll take that. So we know they're bringing in Pyroblast. Probably not too many of them, though, and we can just try to force through with the deep analysis. I think I just have to keep going. We could also get rid of the prologue. Like 1 prologue, 1 breath weapon, and bring in... I don't know. On the draw. I think I just run it like this. Okay, so this hand I need to mulligan. I have no blue mana, no second land. This hand is super sketch. Mulligan. Okay. This is much better. We'll get rid of Lorien Revealed and the contentious plan. We'll lead on Scary. We'll go Infectious Inquiry, draw 2 on turn 2, and then hopefully we'll find another land for the Augury. Play the Sappers and Scary, pass the turn. Our opponent plays the Plains, Gorilla Shaman. Luckily that doesn't do anything here. So I can go Scary, play the Lotus Petal, make a black, and put you on some poison. Pass the turn. And now I also have the Lotus Petal to turn on the Weathered Storm or a Breath Weapon. Novice Inspector from the opponent. A little concerned that they might have a Pyroblast here. Plays a Plains. I think I go for the Scary. And then let them crack their clue, and then I can Augury. Okay, we'll Augury in response. Taking... Don't think I need the Breath Weapon right now, so I'll take the other Augury. 1, 2, 3. And then we will Augury again. I'll take the Lorien Revealed. 1, 2, 3. So we wasted some Storm, but that's okay. Our opponent plays Faithless Looting, so the Lorien Revealed is clear to go. Discards Cat, Battle Screech. Plays Thraven Inspector. They're going to bring back the creatures. Okay. So, they have 3 mana. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Start with Experimental Augury. Take the Pentad Prism. 1, 2, 3. Go Petal. Play the Pentad Prism here. Making sure to use blue-white mana. And then we'll just Contentious plan. Go to 5. Storm is 4. I'm looking to pop off a Weather Storm here. Play the Woodlot. Make green. Weather the Storm. Your turn. We're at 31. And they can't use the Gorilla Shaman on the Pentad Prism. They dusted us their own land. Whatever. That's fine. They dusted us their clue or whatever. So we're clear to play the Lorien Revealed now. That's funny. So we can play the Lorien Revealed. 1. Floating in green. Oh my god. Okay. Play a land. Play the Pentad. They're probably going to scoop again. Because now we're just going to wipe their entire board. Zap. Pass the turn. We're at 25. They're at 5 poison and they have no board. They scooped. Opponent giving me the really bad salt in chat. I won't read it. We'll see in round 2. Round 2 versus Arsusa. Let's keep this. So we have early poison. One thing we can do here is go Scary. And then we can play the Chalice and cycle for an island, play the island. And we can Contentious Plan into Prologue. So it seems pretty good. I usually press the No Possible Play Yield All, and our opponent's on Manor Gate, choosing white. Let's go Chalice. We will cycle the island. Cycle for an island, I mean. And play the island. That's the turn. Basilisk Gate. So they're on green, white. Gate Creeper Vine from the opponent. This is probably the Naya Gates deck, if I had to guess. Let's start with the Contentious Plan, like I said. So we get the mana back on the Scary and add a mana to the Chalice. We don't find a land. I think I will Experimental Augury, looking for a land. And another Augury. Okay. We have Vivid Surgeon's Insight in hand. I kind of feel like I just want to take the Insight. Maybe it should just be the Weather the Storm. Right now we have 2, 3. I'm going to take the Experimental Augury and not be greedy. I mean, the least greedy thing to have done there would have been to cycle for a land and then play the Prologue. That would have been the smart play. Opponent plays another Gate Creeper Vine. With the first one, they had picked up a Cliff Gate. This next one, they pick up Basilisk Gate. They play the Cliff Gate. Still no threats. They can't attack us with what they have right now. So this is interesting. We can go Prism into Prism. It's just cast with one color because we only use a blue. And then we can cast the Experimental Augury, grabbing the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Okay, and now I have to do the safe thing and cycle for an island. We're pretty ahead on our mana though. We'll grab our island and then play the Prologue. Doot and Doot. Prologue. Now I have 9 card draw in my hand. So next turn, I have to tap the Chalice, draw 2, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can draw 3 2 times with the mana I have in play, and then the next turn I'll have tons of mana. Opponent plays a Basilisk Gate. They cast a Writhing Chrysalis. Okay, the bad boy is here. Next turn they can double pump the Chrysalis for 8, so it'll be 10, 11, 12. I play the Woodlot here. Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Do not draw a Snap. Proliferate on you. Okay, wow, we have triple Prism right now. I do like that a lot. Blue, black, play the Pentad Prism here. And because we drew the Lotus Petal, we can play the 3 mana plus Petal plus the Prism. Cast another Vivid Surgeon's Insight. I love it. We'll have 3 mana left over. Okay. Draw 3 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, everything's been collected, I believe. Not that one. Some lag issues, that's fine. Play the Contentious Plan. Would really like to draw a Snap here. Okay, everything's been clicked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at Deep Analysis. I don't think we need to. Pass. I don't think we're going to die. I'll find out. They'd have to sacrifice the spawns to pump and then play these, pump. So it's 10, 13, 14. Or it'd be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We would go to 8, and then I'd have to draw into a Weather the Storm or a Snap. But I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 mana I can play without burning the Prisms. 18 mana with the Lotus Petal. Yes. That is what I'm talking about. So people ask me whether or not you should be playing 4 of the Prologues and 4 of Vivid Surgeon's Insight. And I don't think that you should, because I think it's better to just set up your mana. So here our opponent played a second Chrysalis, which is pretty good. Now they can spawn, tap this, gate here. It'll still be 8 damage coming in. And next turn they're threatening probably lethal with all the Crystal Eye. Just letting it happen. It's 9 damage. I mean, if we find a chain of proliferation, we can easily make it happen. We want to try to not tap this Chalice, because you want to save this, let it grow for a while. We did find a Weather Storm. So I can draw 4 for 6 mana or 3. I'm going to draw 4. So draw 2. That's 1. Storm's 1. Draw 2. Storm's 2. We will play our untapped land and get all of our lands over here. Tap, cast Contentious Plan, proliferate, and you go to 5. We definitely do not want to proliferate onto the Chrysalises. Okay, everything's correctly clicked. We draw an Augury. Oh, this is the Storm feel. Hello. Okay, it's combo time. We'll pay the mana for this. Yeah, Vivisurgence Insight off the top. Any order. Proliferate. I missed one because I couldn't see very well with the glasses on. So let's cast Vivisurgence Insight. Blue. Blue. So we should have one more mana on the table. Okay, everything's selected. I think we're probably likely to just win here. Okay, so now that I drew a second Chalice, what I'm going to do is cast that Chalice with the minimum kicker. So now I will still get the benefit from the proliferation as I just proliferate onto the second Chalice. We'll draw another 1 card, putting you to 8 poison. Pop. It's just a lesson in patience right now, clicking everything, which is hilarious. Okay. Didn't get there. We'll make blue and blue. Draw 3 cards. I mean, Storm is 7, so the backup plan is to just cast a giant Storm spell. We find another Insight. We'll make blue and blue. Cast another Insight. Opponent at 9. We drew another proliferation, so they're dead. So I can stop proliferating on everything, but it's more fun to just proliferate onto all my stuff and see how big it can get. I'm going to keep doing it. I will just make black and cast the Infectious Inquiry, so I don't have to proliferate after that one. GG. This deck is very awesome when it works. Just so much fun to play. Just cast cards, win the game. Amazing. I think I'm going to look up the opponent and see if they have Flaring Pain in their sideboard. But my opponent is on Pyro and Dust to Dust. We're going to bring in the Moment's Peace and cut the Snaps and the Breath Weapon. That should be fine. Not worried about the Dust to Dust too much. It is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Unless we like lead on a double Prism opener again. Okay, so yeah, this is a hand that loses to Dust to Dust. Let's keep it. Oh man. Okay. Play the Cliffgate. Play the Woodlot out for myself. Cliffgate on green. So it's green-red. Okay. Plays a Gatecreeper Vine. So here we can go Chalice. Play Neverflowing Chalice. Land. Play another one. Pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Citadel Gate. Red-white. Plays a Relic. Okay. Relic doesn't really matter. In Petal, play the Infectious Inquiry. Or try... I think I'm going to Infectious Inquiry here because I'm worried about them having Pyroblast at the moment. We'll draw a card. Or 2 cards. Guess I can just Island Cycle. Play the Island. Pass the turn. They need to bring in the relics for their removal spells so that they can just at least cycle them. And it can stop me maybe from getting a flashback on a Deep Analysis. It can also be good against the Moment's Pieces. They play Core Skyfisher. So they pick up the Gatecreeper Vine, play an untapped land. Okay, they're playing the Gatecreeper Vine. If I could go really super greedy and burn my Woodlot, relic me. If I burn my Woodlot, I have Pentad in play, then I can Contentious Plan, and then Steady Progress. 1, 2. And then I have enough to Vivisurgence Insight, maybe? Let's not be greedy. Let's Contentious Plan first. 1, 2, 3. Play the Pentad. And then we will Contentious Plan again. Put you to 3. Now I actually have enough mana to pay for a Alluring Revealed because I drew the Petal. Petal is clutch. Or Vivisurgence Insight is what I wanted to play. Tap, 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 tap. You go to 4. And then I didn't play a land. So I can cycle and play land. We have lots lined up anyway. We just need to get the lands out of the deck, put them into play. Okay, your turn. Here, Prologue to Phyresis. So this is another reason why I don't play 4 of these. It doesn't do anything for me now. It's just a cantrip. 2 mana to cantrip. Really, really not very good. If they blow up the Pentad Prism, I can go play the Pentad and the Island to Prologue. Looks like they're going Dust to Dust. Okay. They go after my 2 Chalices that were huge. That makes sense. Bad times for the Chalice team. They're leaving up the Pyroblast. They attack for 2, putting me to 16. Next turn they have... This is 4, so 6 damage. If they have another Basilisk Gate, it's even more. I'm going to just try a Steady Progress here. Go for exile a card. Sure. Play a Peatbog. I'll pass the turn. They crack the relic on end step to draw a card. So we have Weather the Storm. If they have another Basilisk Gate, they can just play it and then tap out. Then I can untap Insight Prologue Weather, maybe. Plays a Clockwork Percussionist. And this is a... Okay, they grab another Basilisk Gate. This is Storm 2. To play the gate, they'll gate their creature. Might as well just Weather to gain 9. They're attacking for 6, 7, 8. But Weather to gain 9. We're looking for another Pentad. Draw 3. There we go. And we found the Moment's Piece. Nice. Play the Pentad. Play the Contentious Plan. Go to 7 poison. I think. Yep. Another Pentad. 1, 2. Sweet. Welcome back to combo time. Play the Experimental Augury. Our opponent goes to 8 poison. Let's see. We can take the pedal. 1, 2, 3. We take the pedal. 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Pedal. They have certain insight into prologue. I think that kills them. You go to 8. As long as I click correctly. Play the pedal. Blue. Blue. A while back, I was proliferating off, having a good time, and I totally forgot that you could just burn the prisms to win the game. Somebody told me about that in a YouTube comment, which was very nice of them. Okay, you go to 8 poison, 9 poison, and this will just be 10. I'm still going to Experimental Augury. Could Augury into something and then just Weather the Storm as well for the rub-ins. Could Augury and hold control, but we don't want to do that. It's not very kind. We win the game. 2-0 on to round 3. Okay, round 3. Nico que lo solido. I don't know what that means. I'm going to keep this. So we have the Infectious Inquiry. This hand is highly relying on the Experimental Augury resolving and finding a land. But I think it's okay. We just don't want to see Island. Our opponent's on Forest. Arbor Elf. Likely the Gruul ramp. We're auguring. Found only a basic island. That's not great. Play the land, pass the turn. So post board, we really need to rely on the Moment's Pieces here. Now I feel very, very badly about this hand. Opponent plays a Forest. They've got 3 mana. If they Utopia Sprawl, they have 4 mana. Plays Malevolent Rumble, finding Bannerhide, Repurposer, Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth. And they choose Sprawl. So they can untap their land and put the Sprawl on it. That's what they choose to do. And they choose red, probably. Yep. We are looking for some lands off the top, so I can get some mana underneath me. Lorien Revealed. Guess I have to Island Cycle. Yeah, I think this already got away from me. I don't really like this spot at all. We'll draw a card and proliferate. Okay, we have a Chalice. So there is a chance. We can play the Chalice and then progress. Then we'll have 6 mana. If I can put in black land in play, then we can Infectious Inquiry and try to do stuff. Our opponent taps and untaps. Plays a Bannerhide. That's a 4/4. They can scavenge onto it later on another turn. Plays another Arbor Elf. So they would lose a lot of mana if I can find a red source. Lotus Petal. Okay, I'll play Lotus Petal. Play the Everflowing Chalice. And then I'm just going to Breath Weapon them, killing all their mana. We want to take the ramp deck and have it not have mana. It might have been great to have the Infectious Inquiry in play and stuff, but need to get those things off the table. Hopefully they don't have, like, Giant Growth or something here to keep their mana alive. Okay, they have a 4/4. If that's the worst, then we'll be okay. Plays Forest. At 5 mana, we're hoping not to see an Avenging Hunter. They can make it a 7/7 if they use a Nyctborn. Play a Repurposer. So I stalled them for a very short period. They're getting in for 4. We go to 16. We need lands. We have to use the progress here and then build and try to top a land. On a Contentious Plan, I'll play it. Proliferate, draw. Yikes. This turn they're attacking for 7. So the scavenged costs 7 mana. It gives it +4. Plays a Jewel Thief. Get in for a bajillion. We'll go to 9. We're dead next turn, no matter what. You can find a Weatherstorm to stay alive. So I guess I can play the Pentad. It's weird. Right? And then draw 3. Hope for an untapped land into Weatherstorm. Draw 3. We did find the untapped land. Land. I can play the Chalice for 0. And then gain 9. So what's going to be better for me? If I go Chalice on 1, I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I can have more men in play. But having multiple Pentads is probably better. I'll play the Chalice for 0. It's actually 12 life. They are already attacking for 10. And then they get attack for 14, I think. 3, 5, 6. Yep, they have enough mana to attack for 14. We have not really accomplished anything yet. I can play the Pentad and then cast a Vivisearch's Insight, and then I'll have 3 mana. Then I need like a snap. It's like they have a boarding party. Oh, they're going to scavenge. Attack for a lot. 14. We have a Lorien revealed. Play the Pentad. Cast the Vivisearch's Insight. We did find a snap. We can snap the Jewel Thief and then cast another Vivisearch's Insight. Bounce this. But then we have to find another snap or another weather. Cast the Vivisearch's Insight. Found the weather. Wow. So I think I want to maximize this Weatherstorm. Cast another Augury. Finding the snap. Okay. I don't think that the snap is actually very good right now. Have I played a land is the question. It doesn't appear that I've played a land. So I could cycle this for another land. It's not that good. We only have one more basic. Let's play the weather here. Pass. We're at 25. I could have also maybe not played the last Augury so that I could have been able to play the Infectious Inquiry and the Pentads this turn. So they've played a Chrysalis, and now they're going Jewel Thief. Going to attack for 7. Next turn they have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. On the Peat Bog, so I can Peat Bog. Looks pretty good. We will snap on 4/4. Resolves. Play the Infectious Inquiry. Kind of hoping to draw a Proliferation. We found the Proliferation and there we go. It's happening. Back to combo time. Okay. We're back in business. I thought everything just was super dead. But the snaps are really, really good. Wow, I will Contentious Plan. I think it's worth it. You power up my lands, power up my artifacts. Okay. Well, so play this Lotus Petal out. Make a black. Infectious Inquiry. Kind of maxed out on that Chalice. This other Chalice is just dead. Make a blue. Deep Analysis myself. I'm looking for Proliferation. We found Proliferation. We found another Pentad Prism. Oh goodness. Here we go. Play the Pentad. All 4 cost reducers in play. Amazing. My computer is just having a hard time playing Magic Online right now. Okay. Proliferate some more. Go to 4. Alright, I correctly clicked everything. Draw a card. Sick. Okay, so we have 2 mana. I guess I just Deep Analysis myself again. Storm is currently 10. Alright. Play another Steady Progress. Or we're just going to Proliferate some more. Boom. Proliferate. Okay, I correctly clicked everything. Ooh, another Proliferation. Don't mind if I do. Amazing. Free spells. Click, click. Okay, we draw a card. A Prologue to Phyresis. Alright, we drew a Woodlot there. I think I will just play the Prologue. Don't want to burn all my mana. Ooh, there we go. Okay. It continues. Fine, Infectious Inquiry. Take it. I like to just click any order. I don't think it matters that much. If you've drawn your whole deck for it to matter, you're probably winning. This is probably extremely boring for my opponent. We're still doing it. Gotta keep doing the thing. Okay, I will put you to 9 poison. Storm is 15. And we found the Vivisurgeon's Insight to close. Sick. We still have enough mana to play that plus the Weather the Storm. Oh, man. Just goes on forever. I love it. Beats Storm so hard. Every click is like 10 seconds. Jeez. Insight. I proliferated anything anyway. We win. That was golden. Maybe I should restart the application. I mean, I don't know. So the Moment's Peace can come in. The Breath Weapon comes out. I don't think the snaps are that useful. I think that the Moment's Peace kind of does the same job. We could cut 1 deep analysis and 1, but I like having that around. I'm just going to trim on the snaps. The idea being that the Moment's Pieces and the Weather Storms all are essentially time walks. So we have 7 time walks, and 7 turns is probably enough to win. All right, let's see. This hand looks quite good. Let's keep. We have to figure out what we're going to do. Scary, Peat Bog plus Chalice, and then use the Chalice Peat Bog to Infectious Inquiry. Play the Woodlot. We found an Augury. I guess I start on the Woodlot then. The one concern is potentially them having a Gorilla Shaman to take out all my artifacts. Our opponent plays an Eldrazi Repurposer. They have 3 power on the table, turn 2. Play the Peat Bog. Get the Chalice in play. Uh-oh, here comes the Avenging Hunter. The clock. Okay, so we have to find the weather. We have to find something good next turn. This turn we're going to be taking 2 damage, 5 damage, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. So we're very close to dead. Very, very close to dead. I'll play the Scary. I have to stick to the plan. Draw. Pass. Next turn we can go. We have basically 6 mana. Tap, tap, Insight. Insight again. Looking for a Fog. They're attacking for 10. Blaze. Oh, they find they brought in Declaimers. Malevolent Rumble finds some stuff. They're gonna attack for 10 here. They took the Jewel Thief. Gets rid of my thing. Bummer Town. So the only way that we can survive is by going Augury into Moment's Peace. Play the land. Right now, they're going to be dealing me 10 plus attacking for 10. Or 5 plus attacking for 10. So I have to start with Experimental Augury. Form is 1. The Pentad. Maybe I should have done that last turn, because then I could have gotten... I didn't think I was going to hit a Pentad. I don't think I can get there. The super fast Avenging Hunter killed me. Yeah, because it's 5 plus 9. Dang. Also, the Declaimer got me good. So, what do I want to do? They're going to bring in the Declaimers. Do I bring in the Brain the Endings? I don't think so. Try to do the thing. Play. We have a solid hand. So, Peat Bog. Let's keep it. Peat Bog turn 1. Our opponent leads on Forest, nothing, which is great. Good news for me. Play this Scary. We'll go Chalice. Pass. Then next turn, I can Contentious Plan into Infectious Inquiry. Opponent plays a Mountain. Are they going to go after my artifact? Playing an Arbor Elf. Do they have Pyroblast in their deck? That would be crazy. Play another Scary for the moment. Play the Contentious Plan. Proliferate. And get the Infection going. Pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Mountain. Another Forest. They have 4 mana right now. Plays Eldrazi Repurposer, so they're tapped out of colors. Okay, never mind. Green. Declaimer. Okay. I can play the Woodlot here, and then play Steady Progress. Proliferating. Put you to 2. And have enough mana left over to still draw 2 cards. Inquiry. Okay, pass the turn. They're at 3. They have 4 power in play. Let's see if they tap out for an Avenging Hunter again. Plays a Jewel Thief. They seem to be very specifically holding up the glamour stuff. Another Arbor Elf, 2 cards in hand. They can attack for 4. They did not, so that means they have the glamour again. Okay, so I don't really need to just jam. I guess it wastes their treasure if I play that out, so I can go Prism plus Insight. Oh no, they're going to put the counters on the creature with the Banner Hide. It's 5 damage. We found a Weather the Storm. Let's go. Pentad Prism. And then play Steady Progress. Go to 4. I think I have enough mana to do everything I want. Land. 3, 4, 5. Cast Vivid Surgeon's Insight. You go to 5. Let's play the Experimental Augury. Looking for the Moments pieces. Take the other Prism here. They go to 6. I think the Prism is just better than the other stuff that I could have taken because of the double Vivid Surgeon's Insights. And then let's now cast a Weather Storm. Alright, gain 18. They have 8, 9, 10 on the table. 1 card in hand. Alright, 29. One has 2 cards. They play... They're untapping. This is 5 mana right now. 6 mana. Oliphant. Okay. So we're getting hit for 8. The Pentad Prism can convert the Peat Bog and Woodlot into blue mana. Play the Pentad. So this means that my Vivid Surgeon's Insights really only cost 3 mana to cast. I can put them to 9 likely here. Cast the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Draw 3. Yeah, you're dead. Combo! We'll proliferate everything. Play a land. Play the Prism. Opponent says that they got unlucky. One of us got lucky, one of us didn't. We'll get the Experimental Augury. Put you to 8. Cast another Experimental Augury. Take the Inquiry. Put you to 9. Alright. You know, I think I actually want to draw 3 cards. Let's draw 3 cards as a way of winning the game. That's way more fun. Draw 3. Oh. I need to pay 1 more mana. There we go. Draw 3 cards. And proliferate. Okay. We win. We'll see you in round 4. Round 4. Pretty sweet hand, actually. So we can, on turn 3, our opponent's on Ice Tunnel. Little scary for us, actually. We'll play out the Woodlot. My hope was to go Prism Chalice and then plus Contentious Plan. Our opponent's holding up counterspells. I don't want to die to the counterspells, so I have to just pass. Brainstorm from the opponent. That could still be Blue-Black Fae. Really like the way these islands are showing up anymore. It's the gross. They get an island. We're hoping we draw lands. Those have to do something. I will attempt to play Chalice or the Prism. I don't know. Attempt to play the Chalice. They don't do anything. All right, let's just cast the Infectious Inquiry then. Probably is not going to resolve. Counterspell from the opponent. They Thought Scour. We're facing Dimir Terror. So, what's my plan versus them? Probably Weather the Storms and Dispels. They cycle Lorien Revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many terrors do you have? 1. And an Angler. So if I can find... I mean, the best draw for me is probably an island so that I can play the Pentad Prism and not have to burn both my lands. Plays the Angler. From there, if I can find a snap, take the... Okay, let's Lotus Petal. Play the Pentad Prism. We will Contentious Plan. When it did nothing. Great. Perfect. Now we need to set up our mana. We have a Scary. So I could just go Infectious Inquiry plus Experimental Augury. That might be worth it. We'll play the Inquiry. Draw a card, draw 2 cards. And then go Experimental Augury. We'll find the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. 2 poison. Okay, pass the turn. Breath Weapon doesn't do anything. But poisoning them early is pretty good. So my plan is to go like... I wonder if they have a counterspell in hand. It'd be bad if they did. We go to 8. I will start with the Steady Progress. When it cycles of Suffocating Fumes looking for a counterspell. You go to 3. Everything's proliferated. Draw a card. play, so we have 3, 4, 5. Play the Scary. Play the Lotus Petal. Make a blue. Cast the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. The Mental Note looking for a Spell Pierce. Didn't get there. Go to 4. Okay, we have 1 mana left over. We can Lotus Petal. Play the Progress. I'm trying to maximize the number of spells I'm casting before I play out this Weather the Storm. Put you to 5. We even have a Contentious Plan? Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to play it. They didn't have Spell Pierce before. Go to 6. Cast Weather. We gain 24 life. So now they only have... We'll go up to 32. So we can take 4 hits. Now they're on a 4-turn clock. Until I play the Infectious Inquiry. So it's really a 3-turn clock. We'll take hit, hit, dead. Before we die. On a Deep Analysis themselves. It's in for 10. We go to 22. No more threats. Find a snap. Going to try that. So let's attempt to snap the Angler. They're brainstorming, looking for a counterspell. Wow. Is this going to resolve? Wow. I can't believe that resolved. They just straight up scooped to it. Very nice. Okay, so we take out the Breath Weapon. We definitely want the Dispels. And then Snap is pretty good, but only versus Angler. We're probably unlikely to play the Anglers. So we maybe just take out the Snaps. Then hopefully these few Dispels will help. Could also cut a Prologue for Negate, but I don't know. I think we just have to rely on this. It's hard to bring in, like, they don't have Pyroblast, so we'll see what happens. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. This is one of our best starts where you go turn 1 Depletion, turn 2 Land, Prism, Plan. We also have Weather Storm in hand. If they hold up counters, we just play our lands out. Plays the tap land turn 1. So if we were on the play, we would have had a really sick start. Play the Woodlot, planning for the Prism, but if they don't, if they don't tap out, we just play the Land of Pass. Okay, they didn't tap out. I expected that. Let's play the Scary, pass the turn. Opponent brainstorms. Deep Analysis, also very good into counterspells as long as we don't have to burn our lands to do it. And they ended up mental noting, clearing 2 lands. Plays a land. They're thinking of doing something, but they didn't do it. They probably will bring in a bunch of annuls. Give a Chalice. I'll play my land. I kind of want to do stuff on their turn or when they're pinched on mana. They mental note. Milling Terror and Angler. Okay. 1, 2, 3 in the graveyard. They can play an Angler. Looks like they were trying to play a Terror, but they didn't realize they only had 3 and then they have to tap out for it. I hope they do tap out for it. It'd be really good for me. Plays Angler. Okay. We'll start with an Augury. Play this Resolves. Did Resolve. Okay, so I can take this Prologue then. Just jam the Prologue here. Spell Pierce would get me. Plays a Spell Pierce. Okay. Play out the Chalice. I'm basically trying to get them to counterspell this Chalice so I can go Pentad. They didn't do anything. I guess I try to Pentad then. They will probably counter. They use the counterspell. So here I want to use the Experimental Augury so I can potentially find a land. And yeah, we'll take the Peatbog here. Now I have all my colors. I can pass the turn. So next turn it's black, black, green for Infectious Inquiry into Contentious Plan into Weather the Storm. Our opponent swings for 5. They have 4 mana and 4 cards in hand. Find another Prism. Okay, we'll try the Prism first. Brainstorming, looking for a response. Oh man, are we just gonna resolve this? Wow, it resolved. Okay. Try this Infectious Inquiry then. Now they counterspell. Okay. We'll try the Contentious Plan. We get a lot of mana back. We have a Dispel now. And let's just make green. Cast Weather the Storm. Gain 18 life. Dispel can protect our next attempt at infecting them. 1, 2. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, so they've countered all of our infections so far. We still have 3 left. They mental note, Milling Thought Scour Island. They have 3 terrors left. Don't know how many anglers they play. Probably, I mean, maximum 4, right? So they have, okay, there's 1 terror. That's bad. So they have 2, 3, they have maximum of 4 more threats unless they're playing Murmuring Mystic in their deck. They get in for 5. I think I'm just going to tap this Chalice, draw 2. They brainstorm again, looking for an answer. We need proliferation. Just going to draw 2 again. On Vivisurgeon's Insight. So I can pedal and then island. Now I have mana to do the Vivisurgeon's Insight into Weather the Storm plus the Dispel. Insights. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so do I want to weather right now? I think we just weather. My opponent was wondering if the deck is hard to play. I think I'm probably more proficient at the deck than some people could be because I built it from the ground up. Let's just weather for 18. And they said that they watched the videos too. That's really nice of you, opponent. Thank you, Brent J. They play a tap land. Looks like another angler coming down. Oh, Sneaky Snacker. Okay. So they have 3 more Sneaky Snackers in their deck. 7 more threats total. Currently they have 12 power on the table. Play the land. I'm going to leave up a black. Cast the Infectious Inquiry. Okay. We find Experimental Augury. I think I'm going into Chalice first. Opponent says, keep making videos, dude. Thank you very much, Brent. We're 4-0. Let's go to round 5. Round 5, here we go, versus Wisteria. Wisteria. Okay, so this is really close, but we can't keep it because we have no way to get a 3rd mana. If we had an island here, it's still a little sketchy because Steady Progress isn't 2 mana, so you can't do the Pentad chain, so we have to mull. So we keep this. We just put back one insight. Breath Weapon is sketchy in my opener to keep, especially with no red mana, but I think that it's likely that a person I don't know is on something where Breath Weapon is going to be good against them. And they're on mono red. So this turn we can Contentious Plan. Oh, got the Lotus Petal. Look at that. I'm skilled. We Contentious Plan now. Next turn we can snap into Vivisurgeon's Insight. Plan. Draw. Okay. Found the Experimental Augury. We do want to try to get them to overextend a little bit before we try the Breath Weapon because we only have 1 of them. Clockwork Percussionist. Not good. They get in for 3. If I find a Pentad, I guess I just play the Petal. Play out the Pentad. Now if I snap, I have 2. Start with the Experimental Augury. We'll take the Insight. This is sketchy, so I really want the cards. So I think I have to take the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Vivisurgeon's any order. Doot. 1. So how likely are they to kill me there on their turn? I haven't made a land drop. Let's just snap this thing off the table. Untap. And then draw 3. Okay. Now I feel like we're in a good position if we survive. Lots of ifs against mono red. Our opponent, they could go Kuldotha into Bushwhacker. They can't Kuldotha Bushwhacker now. They play a Vulnerant Epicure. Okay. We're getting hit for an additional 4 going to 9. They have 2 cards in hand. We will certainly have to Breath Weapon on the next turn. I'm glad that I kept it. Okay. I don't really want to use the Woodlot right now. Okay. 4 or 5. So let's just Vivisurgeon's Insight. Draw 3. Okay. Now play the Woodlot. And then on their turn, I'm going to Breath Weapon. I have the Emergency Weather the Storm button if I need to. They somehow managed to like bolt, or Gal Blast. They're going to discarding End the Festivities. Okay, I like that they had to get rid of a card, but I don't like that they got to make it into something better potentially. Let's cast the Breath Weapon. They go Galvanic. Okay. Go to 5. I don't know why they did that there. Find a mountain. Hopefully they do the natural burn thing and like try to wait for my upkeep to bolt me. Kuldotha Rebirth. They could have they did not have Goblin Grenade. Okay, so we will start with a blind draw, Steady Progress. We have no more breath weapons. I can't cast something that drains my life total right now because I do not want to get got by a random bolt at the moment. We're going to float the green, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to use the green right now with the experimental augury. Augury here. We are looking for the inquiry anyway because we could put it on the stack and respond with Weather Storm. I'll take another augury. We're pumping up our stuff. Making sure not to misclick. Another augury. Here we go. Storm is 4. I'll take the infectious inquiry. I don't know, my library is way down there. Any order. Even Fire Blast couldn't get me here as long as I don't mess up what I'm doing. So we'll tap for 3. We'll make black and green. Hold control for full control. Play the infectious inquiry. Respond with Weather the Storm. And now I can F6. That was a good turn. We'll gain 18 life and then lose 2, so effectively gaining 16 life. I guess I didn't need to F6, because I could have drawn Proliferation, but oh well. Drew a Lotus Petal. Bushwhackers. That's 8 damage right now. Now, if we draw our last snap, we can take a token off the table. Need some Proliferation. Let's start with a draw 3. Lorien Revealed. Another Chalice and a Weather Storm. Land. That's another draw 3. There have definitely been times where I've decked myself against mono red. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of our Proliferation and Poison. I think we have 20 in the deck. But so it's lucky that we got that going at that time. Otherwise, we could have decked and just died. Sometimes your opponent will scoop to the life gain, though. Okay. So we can play the Chalice out. Play a Lotus Petal, play a Pentad, and then use the green, gain another 18 life. On our opponent's turn, 2 cards in hand, 4 power on the table. They discard the Fire Blast. I'm so glad I didn't go lower than 4, or lower than 5. They get in for 4. We go to 27. 1 card still in hand. They're not doing anything. Pretty weird. Don't know what that means. Could be a really good card or a really bad card. They might be saving that card to discard it to another Voldaren Epicure. We're going to draw 3 cards with the Lorien Revealed. Let's draw 2 cards with the Deep Analysis. Oops. Need to pay blue. I need a Proliferation. I can just go nutty if I find a Proliferation. Did not still. I might as well play this Peat Bog and snap your Kuldotha token. Hang with this. We untap the Peat Bog and the Scary. I'll draw 2 with the Infectious Inquiry. Another Weather Storm. Let's draw 2 again with the Deep Analysis. We're at 22. Can play a Lotus Petal. Now I'm jamming. Okay, make blue here off the petals. Play the Progress. Proliferate all our stuff back. We have so much to click that it's definitely taking me like a minute here just to figure out what I'm clicking on. And then I will cast a Weather Storm. Gain 24 life. Feel like it's in the bag for this game. Our opponent plays an Epicure, so let's see if they were holding something that they wanted to discard. They did. And it is a Lightning Bolt? Okay. Plays a Synthesizer. I guess they wanted to just have more creatures on the table. They find a Bushwhacker. They don't have the extra mana, so they have to just put it on the table. Can't kick it, but you can put a 1/1 on the board. They play a 1/1. Gets in for 3. We go to a healthy 42. Still have the Weather Storm in hand. Let's just start with the prologue. Draw. On the plan. I'm going to tap all my lands. Play this. Tap my other land. It just makes it easier. Sometimes when you're storming off, you just want things to be easy. We'll put you to 5. I guess this probably is combo time. So let's get it done. Can I deal them 6 in this turn? I have so much mana. And we've drawn some of our biggest proliferation, but there's probably still a lot left in the deck. So awesome. Okay. And we'll just play Infectious Inquiry. Draw cards. Another Prism. Okay. I'll play it. And I think I'm going to tap this. Use a black mana here. Play the Infectious Inquiry. At that point, I'm basically trying to make sure I still have all this colored mana, even though I was using my colorless mana that was available. And now we have 4 Pentads and 2 Chalices. Every single one of our mana rocks is on the table. Everything is just free. Every spell is free if you can proliferate. Proliferating definitely takes some time, but it's totally worth it. I don't mind the clicks. It's almost at the speed of playing in Paper, where you're trying to flip every die. Okay, you go to 8. And I've got another one. We only have 11 cards left in our library. The whole deck's on the table. I hope I have more poison than the deck. Chalice. And this is the time when the ordering off the Experimental Augury actually would matter. Go to 9. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. There we go. We have 8 cards left in the library, so I'm totally free to play this Vivisearch's Insight and draw 3 cards to win the game. I don't even have to click the mana. So this time I'm not going to click the extra proliferation. I'm just going to proliferate on their face. Chi-chi. Okay. Can we pick up one of the post-board games? That's the question. So we know that the snaps aren't necessarily useful. We definitely want the breath weapons. And now our opponent could be on something like Pyroblast. They're at most playing 4 of those. You can cut the prologue for a dispel of some kind. And that's the way I used to play the deck. And then how much? We got 12, 16, 20. So right now we have 21 infect. We're at risk of dying. So if we like bring in the snap here over maybe 1 deep analysis and the prologue, then we just have a lot more interaction to stay alive. We're cutting basically 5 card draw, but we're trying just to not die. So I guess that's what I'm going to try. That's usually my plan. Just to live. We live long enough, we can do anything we want. All right, not a terrible hand. Not a great hand, but not terrible. We'll keep. And that's just because we have Peat Bog, Island. We can Augury if they hold up Pyro. We have to find mana and breath weapons. They get in. Found Weather the Storm. Pretty good. Right now, unless I find a Lotus Petal, the Weather Storm's going to be hard to actually get off. They are low on lands. Gets in for 2. Okay, I'll play the Scary out and pass. They have a second mountain. Plays Reckless Lackey. They have 4 power on the table. 3 creatures. Looks like a Pyroblast, but they play Gorilla Shaman. Okay. Can I find a Lotus Petal? That's the key. Progress. So I'm going to start with Experimental Augury. Trying to find Petal. Find Infectious Inquiry. Kind of need that, but I also feel like I need to just live through this right now. I'm going to take the plan. We might just die to what's on their board. Play another Augury. Finding a Chalice. It doesn't really help. I guess we just take the Island. Bummer. Too slow, not having the Pentad in play. Pass the turn. They have 5 power. That puts us to 6, and we're dead to Double Bolt. Lackey, that's 6 on the table. Gets in. Best draw for me is a Pentad Prism. Find a Peat Bog. We will try to Augury. Found the Pentad. Okay. That's pretty good. So now we can play the Pentad Prism. And then get some storming going. Play the Contentious Plan here. Found the Breath Weapon. So this gains me 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It'll be 1 Bushwhacker attack. And then next turn I can Breath Weapon. I think I just have to do it. Hopefully they just don't have Bushwhacker in hand. I'll pass the turn. 17. We're going to at least 11 right now. They play another land. Although the Bushwhacker is probably lethal. 3 mana. That doesn't work. I tried to Gorilla Shaman my Pentad Prism, which means they probably don't have the other thing. Okay. Gets in for a lot. I'm going to start with the Contentious Plan. Found a Weather the Storm. I'm going to play the Peat Bog. And then I'm moving to my end step. Assuming that they're going to use the Blood Token, and then I can just Breath Weapon right away. Which means that they can't use the Lackeys. They actually crack the Lackey. That's interesting. They go for the Bushwhacker. Man, we got lucky for waiting. That's why the Breath Weapon being instant speed matters so much. You can't play something like Drown in Sorrow when your opponent could just untap and Bushwhacker you. And they also tapped off of being able to crack this Lackey. We have the Breath Weapon in hand. Unreal. Okay. So now we have to win. We've used 1, 2, 3. They go Chain Lightning. I will not pay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to find the Infectious Inquiry now. Let's tap, tap, tap. Cast Lorien Revealed. Draw 3. Play the Woodlot. Play the Contentious Plan. So I have Weather the Storm now. Should I weather right now, though? I guess now that I found the Petal, I think I weather. Petal. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm just going to weather for 12. Back at 20. We have to prioritize using the Lorien Reveal to draw into the poison. 38 cards left in deck. We want to also not play these things early. They crack the Synthesizer, so we can snap that token. Get it off the table, get more mana. They're passing. 3 cards in hand. Find another Pentad. I'll start with the Lorien Revealed. Like, okay, they did not have... I thought they were going to have a Fire Blast there, but they didn't. Alright, so let's... We have so many prisms now. Snap your Samurai. Tap the black and the green. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I apparently untapped only black lands. That's my bad. Untap again. Now I'm going to attempt to Vivisurgeon's Insight. Hopefully they don't have the Pyroblast. I feel like they should have pyroed the Lorien Revealed though. So maybe they don't have it. Okay, we found the Infectious Inquiry. We should be in the home stretch. Everything's been proliferated. And I'll just cast my Infectious Inquiry. Amazing. Draw 2. Okay, I will pass. And now with so few cards left in the library, I should focus on how I stack the Experimental Augury here. If they cast into the fire the Pentad Prism, I'll want to use the Augury, so I don't want to just F6 right now. Look how much more clock I've used than my opponent. I feel so bad. They Bushwhack. They're getting in for 4. Let's start by putting the Chalice in play. Okay, that's entering the battlefield. Then we'll tap the non-blue mana, put another Pentad in play, and I will lead on a Vivisurgeon's Insight. I just don't think they have it. They didn't have it. We are full-on combo mode. Can I deal them 9 poison in 1 turn? Play the Steady Progress. Go to 3. So the Steady Progress was a ritual. It got me extra mana. So we're just spouting off rituals here, putting tons of mana on the table. But the way that the Pentads are lining up, if you want to make it efficient for clicking, you're going to want to click the bottom one first. So here I click the bottom one, and that's highlighted, and then the second from the bottom. If you click the one that's on top, this extra little green layer around it will sometimes stop you from being able to click the next one. Anyway, they're at 4. People in Pauper are like, I don't care about the clicking. Let's just keep generating mana with our draw spells, grab a Contentious Plan. At this point, they do have 2 cards in hand, but I'm not, I probably should not put any order there. They go to 5. I said specifically that I wanted to order them. I would have put the Weather the Storm on top. Okay, 5 poison for you. Let's Contentious Plan. I'm specifically not tapping the Chalice. And it gets weird because some of these cards are proliferate and then draw a card, and some are draw a card then proliferate. Usually in Pauper, you just do it all at once. It's not a big deal. Okay, we ran out of mana. Let's just Deep Analysis. There is a minute chance that I will time out here. That's funny. I also have to draw Weather the Storm. Find Infectious Inquiry. I'm still trying not to tap the Chalice. There's a Weather the Storm. Play the Petal. I guess I can tap the Chalice. It's probably fine. Float that mana. Deep Analysis ourselves. We're at 8. No, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's actually just Weather the Storm right now for safety. Weather. We're at 11. If I'd put myself to 8, they could kill me with double Galvanic. I don't want that to happen. Okay, now we're fine. Deep analysis. I'm at 44. 17 cards left in library. Now 15 cards left in library. Make a black mana. Cast the Infectious Inquiry. We're doing it. Our opponent goes to 8 poison. Find a progress. But we pretty much fizzled, which is fine. We fizzled in the greatest way. Got to do all the actions. Let's see if we get there. It's not every day that you end up killing your opponent with 9 poison in one turn. Breath weapon. That's funny. I'll just pass. Now we have to discard. Let's discard the non-blue lands. Blast is coming off. Synthesizer for the opponent. I'm going to yield until their attack step so that I can... Oh, there's the Galvanic. Ooh, sketchy. Gal face. We go to 35. They're going to attack for 2. I'll just F6. We have a Valorian revealed. We know the bottom 2 cards of our deck are not poison spells. It was a Petal and a Weather Storm. Draw some cards. And then we'll kill them with an Insight. Love it. We have 8 cards left. They have to not have a Pyroblast in hand. Can we fade? We did. GG. I have to click though. Okay, they're at 9, 10. Good times. Yeah. We got the 5-0. That's good because it helps me rebuild my play points collection, of which I was totally spewing. Oh man. So, I mean, if you put that together with the challenge, that means that Poison Storm is 14-0. We'll see in round, I'm sorry. There's no more rounds. So I really enjoyed this deck. I think the main deck is great. I don't know what to do about the sideboard, if there's anything you would necessarily change. The negates specifically, I don't know if you need, but I'm sure that the person that put this to be negates, Skipchino, had a reason to do that. Otherwise, I personally usually put a Moment's Peace, another Dispel, and then some more interaction like the other 2 snaps. But hopefully you enjoyed. I know I'm rambling. We'll see you in the next video.